In this video, I'll show you 5 ways how I create digital products as an exhausted caregiver. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to share the simple system that helps me keep creating even when I'm tired, interrupted, and short on time. In case we haven't met, I'm Isabel, founder of Your Techie Isabel and Homebiz Builders. I built my online business as a busy stay-at-home single mom of 2 and caregiver to my special needs daughter, so I know how important it is to keep things simple and realistic. Everything I share here is based on what actually works when time and money are limited. And yes, this video is presented with my Hey Jen AI avatar because as a caregiver, quiet moments to film are rare. It's one of the best tools I use to keep showing up for you while still being there for my daughter. Let's get started. If you're a busy mom and caregiver and you feel tired most of the time, I want you to hear this clearly. You do not need to have a perfect schedule to start creating digital products. You do not need long, quiet workdays, and you do not need to wait until life gets easier before you start. A lot of busy moms and caregivers think they need more time, more energy, or more confidence before they can build something online. But honestly, what most of us need is a simple way to work with the life we already have. That is what this video is about. I'm going to share 5 ways I create digital products as an exhausted caregiver even when I'm tired, interrupted, or mentally full. These are the kinds of things that help me keep going in real life without making business feel heavier than it already is. This is one of the easiest things I do. When I get an idea, I do not trust myself to remember it later. I just open my phone and type it into my notes right away. Sometimes it is a problem I noticed. Sometimes it is something I wish existed. Sometimes it is a question someone asked, and sometimes it is just a little frustration I had during the day that made me think there has to be an easier way. Those quick notes matter because one tiny note can turn into a digital product later. For example, a note like overwhelmed morning routine could become a checklist. A note like simple week planner for busy moms or caregivers could become a printable planner. A note like what to do when you feel behind could become a short guide. So I do not wait for the full idea, I just save the seed. That makes creating feel lighter and much less overwhelming. As a busy mom and caregiver, my real life gives me more content than I sometimes even want. And I mean that in the best way. I do not need to force ideas. I can simply look at what I am already dealing with and ask, could this help someone else? That might be a routine I use. It might be a shortcut that saves me time. It might be a reminder I keep telling myself. It might even be a system I created just to survive a hard season. That is the beautiful thing about digital products. You do not need to invent something fake or fancy. You can turn real life into something helpful. And for busy moms and caregivers, that is powerful. Because so much of what we deal with is practical, emotional, and deeply real. So instead of thinking, I have nothing to share, I try to think, what have I learned from living this? That question opens the door to product ideas, content ideas, and even new ways to help people. I do not wait for a big block of free time because that usually does not show up. Instead, I use the small pockets of time I actually get. Maybe I have 10 minutes, maybe I have 15. Maybe I only have enough time to write one headline, update one page, or organize one idea. That is still real progress. This is something I really want busy moms and caregivers to understand. A small step is not a useless step. If I use a short window well, I move forward. That might mean writing down product ideas in my phone. It might mean editing one section of a digital product. It might mean saving one Canva template. It might mean finishing one simple task instead of trying to do everything at once. I have learned that tiny windows add up, and when your life is full, tiny windows are often what save the day. When you are tired, simple is a gift. I do not try to create complicated products with too many pieces, too many steps, or too much pressure. I keep things easy to build and easy to use. Some of the simplest digital products are checklists, planners, trackers, worksheets, and short guides. I love simple products because they are realistic for me to create and realistic for my audience to use. When I'm exhausted, I do not want to build something that drains me. I want to build something useful, something that helps, something that feels doable. That is why simple products are often the best place to start. They are easier to finish, they are easier to test, and they are easier to improve over time. So if you are a caregiver and you feel stuck because your idea is not big enough, let me tell you this. Simple does not mean small in value. Simple often means easier to actually complete, and completion matters. Once I find a process that works, I reuse it. I do not want to reinvent the wheel every single time. That would take too much mental energy, and caregivers already have enough mental load. So I keep my process repeatable. For example, I save the idea in my phone. I turn it into a simple outline. I build it in a basic template. I publish it using the same steps. That kind of routine helps me protect my energy. It also makes business feel less chaotic. The more I repeat the same process, the easier it becomes to create again. And that is what I want for you too. A business that fits your life needs a process that does not wear you out. That is why systems matter so much, not because they make life perfect, but because they make life lighter. So here are the 5 ways I create digital products as an exhausted caregiver. I save ideas in my phone notes. I use my real life as content. I work in tiny pockets of time. I keep my digital products simple. I repeat the same process. And I want to leave you with this. You do not need to feel full of energy every day to build something meaningful. You do not need a perfect schedule. You do not need a perfect mood. You do not need a perfect life. You just need a simple way to keep moving, even tired, even slowly, even in small steps. Because little by little, those steps can turn into something real. And that is exactly what I hope for you. A business that fits your life, a system that feels manageable, and a path that feels possible. Check the next video and join the free 5-day clarity challenge. I'll see you there.